we have tons of tools as well. We have referral cards that you can give your students, and so if they bring family members or friends in for the first time, we get a little stamp, so you just initial it, and then they get a free class, so they get rewarded for bringing people in. We have videos that we can set up. Here, I'll get some speakers, and we can set it up so that if you needed to, you could play a video, and I'll bring some other ones in as well, so there are different choices, so it's not just this strange Shakti girl with all these weird clothes, but there are other people who are just normal clothes, and so you have a different variety of tools to share with people if they want. We also have free passes that you can, do we give everyone?
No, not yet.
Okay, yeah. So we have laminated passes that have your name on it.
Oh, great.
So, yeah, so you have just two of them to give out to people, and they'll bring them in, and then you can recycle them again and when they come in and bring it. There's a certain way to mark it down, we'll show you how. And then you can continue to recycle these little free passes, you can always draw people in. So we do have tools to make these different things work for you as well. And posters and flyers. I know my chiropractor and I have a rapport together, so he gives my flyers to his patients. And
I do too with both my RT and chiropractor.
Nice, yeah, and then I give him people as well.
Yeah.
So we can cross-pollinate with each other, so to speak. So there's lots of things that we can give you to help that role.
Yeah, so exactly, that's one of the things we want to definitely know is there's the processes and the tools that we're providing, and obviously being an eyes-on generating that you can participate in that. Is, so now it's like questions, things that come up, not just questions but comments or things you'd like to add. So what comes up for you? Or do you want something clarified? Well. So yeah, external, internal, that's communal. So there's 3 zones. Right? That's in the room, that's outside of the room, and that's in the community.
I find with the external, like I just do things like this, like on my office door. I put this little poster up on my office door. Like, and I work in a film production office where everyone's got funny things all the time. I put this up, and I always get people stopping, even executive producers that are extremely busy, and they go, "The more you are motivated by love, the more fearless and free your actual beings." Like, what are you, like, you a guru or something? And they'll actually stop and ask me, and I'm like, "I'm actually a yoga teacher."
Yeah.
Oh, and then 2 days later, I'll have someone come stop in my office. Like, I literally, everyone calls me Dr. Cheryl, where I work. Because they come in, we close the door, we sit down, and they're like, "I have this pain, and I don't, and I can't, can you help me?" And I'm like, "Sure, I got a great stretch, it's called your piriformis muscle, and I'll stretch it out." I like literally going around prescribing yoga poses to people while they're sitting at their desk, because I work in such a highly volatile, stressful industry.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. Like, I have actually gotten more students and through my actual job just by putting up a poster. And I didn't have to put up, like, I'm a yoga teacher, like, you know, that thing, like that is really helpful, I find.
Yeah. So what you've got here is you're in a community, your film ministry community.
Yeah.
And so, like, they meet you, they talk about you, and then you're being remarkable. That is a way of being remarkable and being visible.
Sure, yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
Yeah.
never realized that.
Yeah, so you're following the process. And the goal here is to make it clear, like, when you learn how to do yoga, you learn what the process is.
Right. And they're not break down pose and everything else.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with being the ambassador. There's a process, and you can be so conscious of the steps. And, you know, this is a client at this stage, this is a client at that stage, this is a client at this, you know. And so then what they need is, oh, they're afraid, so they, you know, I've got to manage the fear, or, you know, they're building trust, so I've got to, you know, connect with their trust, right? So it's having a sort of an understanding of what's going on and have fun with it, right? Which you do, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Right?
So I would like to just wrap up what Mina was beginning to talk about.
Yeah, the tools.
And how we can correlate with what we can all do as a team to help build this baby. So complimentary class cards, we've made a bunch up, and I'm just going to hand now you guys to share them with people that you feel could benefit or can make it to the studio even if it's not even your own class, if you want to recommend someone else's, just to get, or spread the word, spread the Yatra love. We also always have like spare flyers when they're printed. I always leave them on the little counter. And you know, if there's libraries that you go to, or community places where lots of people always tend to gather, and there's community board, or we can leave flyers or pamphlets, like just continually each month taking a little something and getting it out there.
Are you guys going to the Wisdom Conference?
Yeah, which at the moment, what we're trying really to build, we're trying to build it through resources that don't financially require us to have to pay.
Yeah,
a big
so
sum.
the game
Well, I'm
is
saying
to-
I'm going, so I can take some stuff with me and
That's exactly like
you leave it on the table,
because,
right?
Great.
that's
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
as we can work as a
Yeah.
team.
There's another principle of this. Low-cost marketing is the best sort of marketing.
Oh, for sure.
Word-of-mouth marketing is wonderful. So that, and again, so it's just organic. It happens. And having a little flyers helps. Little handouts, cards, and things. Yeah. So, come to you.
Yeah, so whenever there's anything, anywhere that you are, like even when you're at SFU, you know, just leaving them out wherever you're walking, or any, yeah. On top of that, if you have friends of friends, or family members, friends of family, people that you meet, and perhaps you think their office or their home environment might enjoy, we come to them with a yoga service, like a yoga class or something. Let us know, put us in contact with them. We have like letters of introduction that we've been working on, that we're personally going to local businesses and, you know, corporation, BCIT, hospitals, that we're just constantly, every week, mainly it's just been through us, we're implementing, we're going out there and we're actually meeting with our surrounding community, and tapping into the schools right now is a really big focus for us. But pretty much we just want to ask that you guys as well, in your own life, when you're out there, if you can be talking, actively meeting or speaking with others, giving them a flyer, giving them a complimentary class pass, and just continually trying to spread the seed of what we're trying to build, if that makes sense. And then as it comes to the passes that we do offer at the studio, when they are in this place where it's external, what Peter was just talking, and they're trying their options, and they've come to the space, they're here, they're present, and they're in front of you, and you're like, hey, what's the next best step to help them make a decision, help them buy, which is ideally what we need to keep growing so that we can get to a stage where we can pay you guys a flat rate no matter how many people are in the room. And you know, I value you guys so much that you've been able to give us your time for what we have been able to give back to you, and that as soon as we can, like, that's
Yeah,
our
so this
first
workshop is a way of
priority.
giving back to you.
Like,
Right.
yeah, and we just, yeah, need to create more profiles, get people aware of what we're doing, what we're creating, and it's just little simple things, of all the little ideas that we've just been speaking about, which make a big impact. Maybe just quickly, yeah, I'm sure most of you already know, if someone's looking into buying a pass, if they're new to the studio, we have 3 different options that they can purchase. If they never really done yoga before, they're not really used to it, or they just feel perhaps they need to get a feel of the space, the teachers and the classes that are here, and they're new to the studio, that 2-week pass is really a nice introduction offer that you can speak to them about. Just be like, try it 2 weeks, come as many times as you can, get a feel for the teachers, the space, the classes, and then make a decision if it can fit in with your lifestyle. And then there's the 1 month unlimited at a discounted rate that's available on their first visit to the studio, which is a really great bargain where they can actually give themselves a solid month to see if it could really fit in with their way of life. And so this is at that stage, you know, when you are trying to get them talking, find out where they're at, like find out if they say, you know, I'm worried about my time, I don't have enough time, then the class pass options that we have, the 5, the 10 and the 15, are there for those people who always say, I have time issues, because if they think they can come once a week or once every second week, they have longer expiration dates, those passes, so they're there for those people who are irregular with their practice, so to speak. But they're still getting a discount because it lowers the cost as opposed to if they would have been paid the usual drop-in every single time.
And actually, Alexandra wrote that underneath each of the boxes. She wrote what the best deal is and how it breaks down per class.
Like how much per class?
Yeah, and it's in that framed one at the sign-in area. So she's nicely done that.
Yeah.
I think it's really helpful that people can see what they would be paying per class, because when they do break it down, then they can see that it's tremendous value.
Mm-hmm. And we have compared all our prices to all local and surrounding studios around us, and we're very, if not right on par, even maybe a little below. So we're very competitive with our prices, and that, you know, I think sometimes some people think, oh, because it's small class sizes, that's a bad thing, but I think it's actually a really good thing that we offer here.
Look at what the teachers are striking for now, just in our public school systems. They're striking for smaller class sizes because you get individual one-on-one attention with a small class size. I teach 40 people in classes, and it's ridiculous. You're just hoping to God that everyone has listened to all of your safety cues.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you can run around the whole room. You know, so it's really hard to teach that way. Way easier to have a nice small class, 8, 9 people.
And I think sometimes when you are talking to others, having little cue information, tidbits like that, intimate classes, personal attention, can go at your own pace, and just really knowing clearly like what's important to you about yoga and why you're teaching, and then feeding that just to help them buy or to step into the class. And then the monthly passes are there really greatly for those who do come 2, maybe 3 times a week. Then that would be their best option. So that's how the passes work. Does that make sense? But you guys are pretty much aware of that though already, right? But there is also students and senior passes. Anyone who's 60 or over is eligible. We do like to ask the students if they could present an ID. But yeah, at the same time,
If you're really uncomfortable with that, just use common.
yeah, just do what you feel is best.
Give me your
And I think they're fairly well priced as well. Like, at the moment with HST it's 100, and so far the students who've had come in, that's been working for them. The 10 class pass, that equals to be like $10 a class, which I think is super cheap. And then a 1 month unlimited for 100, and I think, yeah, I haven't had any, negative feedback or anything from that. How do you guys feel with that for student rate? Do you think that's reasonable? Because I gotta admit, like sometimes I feel they need a little even more assistance, and like in the sense financially, if we made it even maybe 80, just to entice them perhaps a little bit more to give.
I think we could do like maybe a special, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, special rates, like rotate it every, like, I mean, even Y-04 does it. They're a huge studio, they don't need it, but they do that to entice more people. They give like a 2-week pass for $35.
We do have
And then-
little pop-up deals.
Yeah, and then, or like every 3 months rotate that monthly pass and say it's on for $75.99 this month. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then that way, as yoga teachers, we can be teaching classes. Oh, by the way, at the end of class, like they do at Y-Yoga,
Yeah.
same thing. Hey, by the way, that 1 month pass comes on special. So if you're thinking about, hey, I know that you usually just got the 10-day pass thing.
Yeah.
go for the month, you're gonna save yourself a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then that way you can come more unlimited, and
Yeah.
you're mentioning that you wanted to come to another class or try someone else's class. And that way it gives us a little bit more to work with in the class, and I think that it should be part of the actual yoga teachers should do that every class, is promote the local special that's on, or, you know, chat about that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I think also that yoga by donation is a really good thing.
Absolutely.
I've noticed that like a lot of students, like just having even that as a supplement to whatever they want to
Yeah.
buy or whatever they can fit in, just letting them know that we have these classes where it's pay what you can, bring
Yeah.
you know, a food donation. And I think it gives them, you know, like people do like enjoy that and take advantage of that. And I think it also, once they're here, it encourages them to buy a pass after,
Yeah.
because they like get to
And I
know
think
one
the
another.
other thing about that, as soon as they experience it, like they give it enough time for the practice to really resonate and sink in, that they then like, okay, I really want to continue this, like I really want to have this in my life, like a part of my life. And that is, yeah, where you hold the life ones, because that's what they're coming for. It's that class every time they feel like after following your guidance through that hour and 15 that, you know, is going to keep. But yeah.
And you know, I never see an email where someone has said, oh, I didn't really enjoy so-and-so's class, or, you know, I thought that this could have been this. The only feedback I ever get is how amazing you guys are. Really, it's all positive. I'm kind of scared for the, you know, like, when is it going to come when they're complaining? But they love you guys. They really do.
So I think
Yeah, we'll wrap up, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's the meat in the sandwich, which you've just experienced. There was